Oh,
When you're a
it is
coffee
so
drinker,
good.
those are the best sips,
Yes.
right? That
yeah.
first one.
First sip of coffee is just,
Yeah.
it's so pleasant.
Yeah.
It starts your day off right. I really need this, Mommy. Nobody's breath is pleasant,
No matter what.
ever.
Never are you like, open your mouth, let me
smell. I'm like,
from the depths of your lungs, give me
it's so,
just a waft from as deep as you can get it.
yeah.
That is nasty. That kind of ruined my coffee for me this morning. I'm sorry. Everybody.
Yeah.
It stands for Morning Mayhem.
Morning mayhem. Yeah. Not to be confused with the little chocolate candies that we eat.
I don't even know that reference.
M&Ms?
Oh.
Okay, maybe you do need it for the caffeine.
Morning Mayhems. I'm like, what kind of candy is named Morning Mayhems? I'm like, is this a Texas thing? Probably another Minnesota thing. That's my exasperated saying.
Uh-huh.
Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Jiminy Christmas?
Yep.
Shut it down, baby.
Shut this up.
You gotta shut this mouth up and shut this story down. Is what I was thinking. So I'm like, long story short.
You're gonna shut up and shut down.
You're using your brain. And you know how it's difficult to do that.
Oh, yeah.
You always say, we're gonna miss this when those little voices aren't doing that.
Yeah.
Or those shoes aren't in the middle of the floor.
Yeah. No, only one of our kids has had canes.
Yeah, out of 5 people, one of us has had canes in our family. And that's like a big deal down here.
Right.
Same with Whataburger. I've never had Whataburger.
Never had it.
When we lived in Chicago, we never had Castle.
White Castle.
White Castle. So maybe, join the World Aerobic Championships.
I can.
Do you remember those people like kicking and dancing in
I don't have
leotards?
enough headbands or leotards for that matter.
Yeah, a lot of spandex.
A lot of spandex.
A lot of lycra.
I don't have any spandex. Oh, darn. I guess I can't be the next Jane Fonda.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Tick-tock.
Normalcy.
I need to suck in that face skin a little bit. Low taper fade.
Or whatever our kids do.
Yeah.
Oh,
Viewing.
mewing.
Welcome to the Mr. and Mrs. Inglis Podcast. I'm Megan.
And I'm Shaen. We're here to talk about the wild ride of raising kids, growing careers, and keeping life together in the middle of all the chaos.
So buckle up, because we're all in this crazy journey together.
La La Land.
La La Land.
Whoa.
An actual Academy Award winner, right?
I think so.
Was that the one that actually won it, not the one that was said wrong?
Oh, yeah. That vaguely reminds me. What movie was said wrong? Do you remember? If you're going to bring that up, you got to remember it.
No, that was more. It was more of a question. Like, which one was?
Here's what I'll do. Last time we were going to edit something in, so what I'll do is you'll remember it, and by the time I edit this and put it on YouTube, it'll be right here in the middle of us.
Oh, sure.
This movie right here.
This movie right here was announced.
Yeah, that's right. Let's both lean in and look at it so I can get that on the TikTok one. We can both get our faces in there. Oh, that movie.
That
I got it.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Well, cheers. Welcome, everybody.
Cheers.
There it is.
Usually there's a stronger beverage, but this is the beverage we always start out with, a little bit of coffee.
This is the second time we've ever shot in the morning. We got up extra early.
Yep.
And I don't know if this is real pep yet or if this is really pushing through because I'm first sipping of the coffee.
Yeah, I gotta say, I've noticed over the last month or so, I down my coffee almost.
Yeah.
To the point that I'm starting to drink a second cup, which I've
noticed.
Never done. Now, usually it is decaf. My second cup is decaf.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it just tastes good or I'm thirsty, but anyway, so I've had probably more coffee than you have.
You probably have. That's funny. I was literally thinking as we were preparing for this that we're having coffee on here, and I just started drinking coffee when I was 45, maybe.
I don't even know that it's been that long ago.
I'm like 2 years into my
2
coffee
years.
journey.
Yeah.
But that first, and right now we're just having those first sips, which is the best.
Oh,
when you're a
it is
coffee
so
drinker,
good.
those are the best sips.
Yes.
Right, that
yeah.
first one.
First sip of coffee is just.
Yeah.
It's so pleasant.
Yeah.
It starts your day off right.
I held off for a long time. I was kind of proud of it. Like everybody I kind of thought of it as a crutch for some people. Like, I gotta have my coffee. Don't talk to me before I have my coffee.
Right.
And I was like, I just need orange juice, you know? And I don't know what it is. I don't need the caffeine
No.
necessarily, but now I like the taste. I used to like coffee, ice cream, I'll still pass on. That's no bueno.
That's
And
one
you
of my
love that.
favorites. Yeah.
So in 20 years, I'll be late. It's like I'm late to everything, you know? Amazon took me a while to catch on. Now, we've been there for a long time, but
We have.
when it first started in Chicago, we lived in Chicago. We had a buddy, and people might remember this. I don't even remember this. This is before we got on Amazon. But they sent out buttons. So if you needed, say, TP or
Oh my gosh, this is kind of
coffee,
ringing bells or buttons.
paper towels or whatever, yeah. But they'd send you like literally like a button, like an easy button.
Yeah.
And you'd put it in your cabinet or wherever, and you just hit that button, and automatically, whenever you hit that button, they would deliver it, within the next day or two. Obviously, they did away with that, but
Right.
the
Kids are like, I really need this, mommy. You know.
15 cases of toilet paper.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. Big plans.
They must be having burritos for dinner.
That's right. What was that burrito comment we just had the other night? Oh, that might have been a soccer comment.
Well, that was a soccer comment. Yeah. Anyway.
So, anyways, yeah. So coffee. I remember though. Part of it was, I grew up with my parents never drank coffee, so that was a big part of it. Big part of it. But I do remember people that I would meet or talk to, and I remember coffee breath was a thing to me.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't like coffee
still
breath.
is.
It is. I don't. And now I'm one of them. You know.
Yeah.
So it's like hi. Hi.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. So that probably turned me off for a while.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Although even when I was in the office, like, are you really close enough to people to be like, and I smell people's breath, like, not intentionally, it just comes with a wicked nose, right? Like, all the time. And like, coffee breath is one that if you're at a acceptable distance like we are, like,
Yeah.
I would never be able to smell it.
No, I thought you were gonna say it was pleasant. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Nobody's breath is pleasant.
No matter what.
Ever.
Mint gum.
Yeah. I guess. Maybe if you just
Those little
put, like-
mints that I eat at church.
Yeah. I mean,
Never are you like, open your mouth, let me,
smell. I'm like,
from the depths of your lungs, give me
so
just a waft from as deep as you can get it.
Yeah.
That is nasty. That kind of ruined my coffee for me this morning. I'm sorry. Everybody.
Yeah.
You gotta I gotta switch that one.
I know.
I gotta switch out that. So it's a morning. So it's like a morning cereal edition of.
Yes.
Oh, it's a morning mayhem.
It's morning mayhem.
M&M. Around the house here, we refer to this podcast as M&M, Mr. and Mrs. But sometimes this morning it stands for morning mayhem.
Morning mayhem. Yeah. Not
That's
to be
right.
confused with the little chocolate candies that we eat.
I don't even know that reference.
M&Ms?
Oh,
Okay, maybe you do need it for the caffeine.
morning mayhems. I'm like, what kind of candy is named morning mayhems? I'm like, is this a Texas thing? Probably another Minnesota thing.
Minnesota has a lot of weird things, including M&M candies, apparently.
Let me just explain just briefly, though, that I'm not that stupid. I mean, close, but not quite that stupid.
Or not.
Partially what's in my mind right now is on morning cereal this morning, I referred to a black cow,
Yes, you did.
which is an old reference to a black cow float, which is another name for a root beer float.
Yes.
And so my mind was on this, like, well, there's all these other names of things that I like, but I just don't know it because I don't know that name.
Right.
Morning mayhems, love those.
Right.
Pop a couple morning mayhems and I'm good to go.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah.
And it was a fair comment. Minnesota has some very unique things that, like, I don't know if it's just a northern thing. And so every now and again I'll pull it out and I'm like, wait, that's not a thing? And you're like, no.
Kind of like your dad's sayings.
Oh.
You used to pull those out, and when he pulls some of those out, it's like, whoa. I'm sure it's a saying up north, Midwest.
Yeah. Those are usually rural Iowa sayings.
Rural Iowa sayings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think pretty much, I don't know if it's a rural Iowa, but is it a rural, just kind of anything, kind of has a couple colloquialisms? Man.
In my I can just tell you, in my past career as a banker doing a lot of food and agribusiness banking, I made my way out to a lot of rural areas. And I don't know that I ever heard one of your dad's quotes quoted.
Yeah.
And I've been all over to rural. I've been rural everywhere.
You've been rural everywhere. Yeah. Well,
He's just one in a million.
Yes, he is. Or rural Iowa is just extra special.
Shout out to Bobbers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We can't even
Can we say names?
Yeah, we can say names.
Yeah.
We can say, yeah. Although we can't say most of the sayings.
Yeah, that's right.
Most of them include a 4-letter word.
That's right. I mean, everybody's grown up with that. Everybody knows certain things that their parents say.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, if anybody watching right now, they're probably thinking of the things. Like, my parents said this all the time.
Yeah.
It's one of those things like, they put them on the gravestones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Our kids know some of my sayings.
Oh my gosh, you have a shirt with one of your sayings.
Yeah, Jiminy Christmas.
Jiminy Christmas.
Yeah. That's my exasperated saying.
Uh-huh.
Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, Jiminy Christmas?
Yep.
Because I don't cuss.
Right.
Like, for no other reason than maybe it's like coffee. I'll end up doing it someday, but I just don't cuss. So Jiminy Christmas is my like,
Mm-hmm.
It's like I had a football coach in 9th grade who would get so mad, but he never cussed. He would yell, "Farmhouses!" I mean, it had the opposite effect on all of us. Like, oh, you're not scary at all. Like, we're just laughing at what you say.
You're like, I'm just giggling. Now,
Like,
I mean, you have my attention.
Yeah.
Just not the way you wanted to have my attention.
One of yours is, "Let's get it back."
Oh my gosh,
At the soccer games, we get scored on. "Let's get it back."
Yeah. It's the glass half full mentality.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
Yeah, sure it is. I have no doubt. I'm trying to think. I can't think of any of my parents' one other than I can't think of any of my parents.
I know.
I'd have to sit and think of it.
I'd have to think about it.
We've been so far removed from it right now.
Yeah. But there's certain things that, my parents say. There's a word that I used and you're like, oh my gosh, you sound just like your mom when you say it.
Oh, it's a certain way you say certain things.
Yeah.
Those are your Rhonda-isms.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't do it constantly, but when it's out, it's like her head appears on your face, like on your body.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, Rhonda, welcome.
Yeah.
Didn't know you were around.
I don't know if it's rascals. There's like a word that it's like, oh yeah, that's what my mom would say.
I'll point it out to you next time you do it, because
Yeah.
it's something you do, obviously, and I'm like, oh, there's Rhonda. That's a Rhonda.
Yeah.
Ism. I say it. I usually say it to you.
Yeah, you do.
Because it's so obvious when it happens.
Yeah. But you can't really, so much of that is just part of who you are. You don't even realize you do it.
Yeah, that's right.
And so you're like, I don't.
You know how you realize you do things a lot is when you edit yourself on a podcast.
Really?
Yeah. So one of the things I say a lot on this podcast in particular is, what do I say? I say, long story short. That's what it is. I had to think of it for a second.
Yeah.
I say long story short because it's already been a long story when I say it, and I'm like, I gotta close this one.
Right.
I gotta shut this up.
Right.
Shut it down, maybe.
Shut this up.
Yeah. I gotta shut this mouth up and shut this story down. Is the way I was thinking there. And so I'm like, long story short.
You're gonna shut up and shut down.
Yeah. And on Morning Cereal, I say right all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm not good at transitions on Morning Cereal yet. I've done 120 episodes on that, and I still say well way too much. Well, it's the easiest transition, but when you transition every 30 seconds to a different segment or something like that.
Yeah. So, I guess feedback. I listen to Morning Cereal every day, and I've never noticed that you say well
great.
too
now
much.
It's going to be now I'll cut that out. Nobody needs to know that one then.
Just you keep your transition because nobody notices. Yeah. There you go.
Well, you're preparing for another work trip.
I know. I've had a lot of them. I don't usually travel for work.
Yeah.
Twice a year?
How many? A lot of the people that we know
Mm-hmm.
have one or two parents that travel quite a bit for work.
Right. I don't know how that works.
We do because we do it.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
So you know exactly how it works.
It doesn't work well, I guess. I don't know how it works well.
Yeah.
And I don't travel, like when you were traveling at your most, I traveled none, basically. Once, maybe twice a year.
Yeah.
And that's how it worked. If both of us traveled as much as you
I did.
used to
That'd
travel,
be crazy.
I mean, there'd be no way.
I got a couple friends, I feel like that their family does that.
Yeah.
And then they travel, because they have a couple older kids, they travel even more with their kids
Yeah.
cross country
Yeah.
for activities. I mean, it's difficult. I will say, when I traveled, though, and we talked about this a little bit last week, I don't like being away from the family. I'm a home person. I love the creature comforts of home.
Yep.
I love my family. I love being around my family. Now, they may not feel the same way, because when I'm home, sometimes, dad's dropping the hammer. Things might be easier when I'm not here. But I just never loved traveling. Maybe early on, it was like, maybe it was sexy. I've always talked about that. It's not sexy. Once you do it for 20 years, another airplane, another airport, another hotel room, it's not sexy. Plus, like I've talked about, I went to a lot of rural areas where there was huge manufacturing plants, and that's what we financed. But I will say that I did enjoy the night or two off. Not that I didn't miss the family, but those were a night or two. And you knew, because you would call me, and I'd be like, Megs, because generally speaking, I was talking all day. Because I was with a client, I was with a prospect, right? So I'm on it all day. Intellectually, you're on top of it. You're having high-level conversations. You know, you're using your brain. And you know how it's difficult to do that.
Oh, yeah.
For a sustained period. There's a come-down period from that, especially for me as an introvert. So at those nights, I'd be like, hey, Megs, can I just let you go?
Yeah.
Like, I love you. Love you more than anything. Love the kids. Can I let you go so I can just sit here and stare at a TV in a hotel room?
Yeah. Yeah. And not have... Did you like the fact that you had, like, you don't have decisions, you don't have people, or kids usually, like, pestering you or asking you, even just little things?
It wasn't that. It was just downtime.
Yeah.
Like, I love the kids around. As much... I'm talking too much this morning. I'm being aware of it. But you always say, we're going to miss this when those little voices aren't doing that.
Yeah.
Or those shoes aren't in the middle of the floor.
Yeah.
So, I do try to take that to heart, because you say that quite a bit to remind us to enjoy that. But one or two nights every 2 weeks is not bad, just to sit and do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times I have the personal computer and try to, I'd have to catch up on this or that. But
Right.
yeah.
Right. So, I mean, what...
I was going to say for you, well, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, no, I was going to say, what was the worst? Obviously, being away from the family, that never gets easy for anyone. What was the worst part about it?
The worst part of traveling would be... That's a good question. I mean, I had it so down that it was being away from the family.
Yeah.
Maybe the airport was the worst part of it.
Yeah.
Dealing with a bunch of travelers
Yeah.
that don't travel
Frequently.
They don't, like, oh, you have to take sir, you are in the pre-TSA line, yet you still need to take your phone out of your back pocket. Thanks for doing, oh, sir, you got to take your car keys out of your pocket to go through the metal detector. Same guy. Oh, same guy. He's coming back through. Oh, for some reason you have $4.88 of change in your pocket. Sir, that's got to come out, And then, these 80, I'm trying to be more positive, especially pre-7 a.m. or whatever it is. That was the most frustrating thing.
Yeah.
Or people like, I flew Southwest. And I am anal. And I know people watching this will be like, yeah, that's anal, Shaen. I know it's anal. Southwest, I'm a rule follower. I've told you guys this. Southwest makes it as easy as possible. You have a boarding ticket 1 through 60. Yeah. Guess what? You get in line. You've done that since kindergarten.
Yeah.
I'm number 16 every time because I was a traveler, right?
Yeah.
So 1 through 15 is business travelers. You buy those, okay?
Yeah.
You have to upgrade for those. 16 is always the person that's probably traveled the most. It's the next most frequent traveler. So I knew my buddies, 16 through 20, we travel all the time, right? Those 5 of us, because we're always put up front. That's how Southwest used to do it. Now it's changing, but when you don't stand in when you're 33 and you're standing right next to me or in front of me, and I didn't say anything because I don't like to pick that fight.
Right.
But I'm going to stew on it in my own.
I'm going to be mad at you.
I'm going to be mad at the world. It bothered me.
Yeah.
So that was the worst part of traveling for me.
Yeah.
So
sure.
Now that you travel a little bit more, I'll flip the script on you. What is it for you, maybe outside of being away from family? And maybe that's the best.
No, it's not. I mean, because I don't travel frequently, I don't have those annoyances. Like, I mean, when you are literally, I mean, you are on 2 to 4 airplanes every week, and you had to line up 2 to 4 times every week. You saw it. I still only do it, once a quarter, so it's not.
Plus, you fly different airlines. Your company, you don't fly Southwest.
Yeah.
You have an assigned seat, so it doesn't matter as much.
Yeah. I think a lot of it for me is that as I get older, I get more anxious about like being on time and like, oh, okay, how long am I going to have to wait for my Uber? Is that going to make me late for this? Is that, so just the logistics of it are probably the worst part for me, other than the family piece.
Now, I don't want to sound uppity here, but does your admin take care of a lot of your logistics? Does she or he
all of
make those reservations and all that?
The reservations, but I mean the Ubers and
yeah.
will be me.
See, that's different for you and I. I never had an admin.
Yeah.
And because of that, I booked everything, so
Yeah.
I knew everything start to finish. But I always had a rental car too. I never Ubered.
Yeah.
Ever, unless I was downtown. That's not true. We did at downtown, but that's easy.
Yeah. It's not hard. It's just, okay, did I allow enough time? Because your Uber takes, I don't know. I waited the last trip I had. I was like 30 minutes.
One of the differences for you too. That's a long time to wait for an Uber.
Mm-hmm.
I waited.
Airport.
I had a colleague and we waited for an Uber, but we didn't land in Memphis till like 2 a.m. Flight was delayed, and there's no Ubers at like 2:30 a.m.
No.
It was
and if you
crazy.
get one, it's a weird one.
It was a weird one. It was. We had to wait for it. But the difference between you and me, I was just thinking like, mine were all very intimate. I was the meeting, right? Like I was going to meet a client. There was 10 of us, and I was the one leading the. So everybody's waiting on me to get there, for the most part, right?
Yeah.
You are one of, a lot of times you're going to a conference. There's 30 of you. There's 300 of you. There's 1,000 of you. So you just don't want to be that last person walking in the door.
Yeah.
With the spotlight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I was the last time because my flight was delayed.
Yes.
Well, I mean, not quite. There were quite a few people from my company on that flight.
So that's a little bit different of a feel. It's like, gosh, I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
For me, if I was late, it was like, sorry, I'm going to communicate. We're behind. I had a flight delay.
Yeah.
Everybody's good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But like so it's just being on time, the accommodations, all that. You stay at nice places though.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, the accommodations are usually really nice.
Yeah, you get to do some more of the. You do have a little more sexy travel than I did.
They're usually nicer places, right? You get a Gaylord or a nice Marriott or something like that.
So the best part of it is what? I bet it's the same thing for both of us. What's the best part of the travel for you?
Honestly, it's the lack of I don't have to prep meals. I love to cook, but I hate meal planning.
Yeah. I was going to say eating. Because I always not always, but generally there'd be at least 1 or 2 good meals, like with a client or something like that. So a nice steak dinner, good drinks, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's drawn out,
Yeah, you do get the nice meal.
As long as it's good company. I had a couple meals where it was just so hard to get people to talk. Introvert, if you're not volleying back,
it's tough.
Oh man, it's the toughest. So yeah, you get nice dinners, no meal prep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's the best. I don't know. And you got fancy ones where I'm not entertaining clients or anything, so
You've still gone to some pretty nice places though. I mean, like it's not Dairy Queen, right?
No.
And I had my fair share of Dairy Queens on the road.
Yeah. You did. You're like, I'll never forget. We were on a family road trip one time, and you're like, "Oh, this particular burger at Dairy Queen, it's really good. It's one I always get when I'm at a Dairy Queen."
I mostly ate at QT's because I'm not a fast food kind of person. I was telling someone just yesterday, I haven't eaten at a Taco Bell in probably 25 years.
Heck no.
Last time I ate there was worms in it, so I'm like, oh, that's enough for me. Plus, I just don't like it. And McDonald's, I broke the seal on that one with somebody I hadn't eaten there. You and I hadn't eaten in McDonald's in 15 years.
Right.
Now we have kids. It's more of a travel type thing. Chick-fil-A is kind of a go-to. But when I'm on the road, none of it sounds good.
Yeah.
Every now and then I'll break down. Panda Express.
Yeah.
Maybe I hadn't had Burger King for a long time. Then a Whopper sounded really good to me out of nowhere. So I kind of broke that seal too. But more than often, I would just get like beef jerky and a Gatorade and some corn nuts,
Yeah.
And that would get me through the day, till I got. Then I'd Uber Eats or DoorDash changed the deal because now I could just order anything to the hotel room.
Yes. Yes, that is huge.
Game changer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do feel like, I don't know if I'm proud of the fact that our children have had very, very little fast food, comparatively speaking, or if I'm embarrassed because our kids will hang out with friends and they'll be like, hey, do you want In-N-Out burger or, Whataburger? My kids are like, I don't know. I've never eaten at, people would be like, Cane's, and I don't know. Only one of our kids has had Cane's.
Yeah, out of 5 people, one of us has had Cane's in our family, and that's like a big deal down here.
Right.
Same with Whataburger. I've never had Whataburger.
I've never had it.
When we lived in Chicago, we never had Castle.
White Castle?
White Castle.
I had White Castle as a kid, once.
I've never had it.
I was with a friend, and her family ordered White Castle, and I was like, this is the worst thing I've ever had. It was awful. Anyway, I probably just made a whole bunch of, Chicagoans really upset that I'm making fun of White Castle. But our kids are like, yeah, I've never had, you pick it. I mean, if it's outside of, I don't think our kids have ever had Burger King.
Yeah.
Once I remember taking them to a Burger King in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Okay, so they've had Burger King once. They've had McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Dairy Queen.
Jersey Mike's.
And Jersey Mike's. But are sandwich places truly fast food?
Yeah, I would say they are. I mean, they're the most healthy feeling one. That's why we go to Jersey Mike's so much.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A even. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might be giving them a disservice to some degree. It's like with alcohol, right? Like what we're trying to do with our kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, sure, you can sip mine or just taste, because we don't want it to be this big, scary secret that's
Right.
like, when it's time to, when they finally rip that Band-Aid off, they do it in a way that's unhealthy.
Right.
It's like if you are aware of it, you're around it, you've tasted it before, it's no big deal.
Right.
You ease your way into it. Maybe we've done it the wrong way with fast food. Our kids are gonna,
Right.
obesity scales.
Just off the charts.
Yeah, off the charts. Yeah, body fat ratios. 50%.
Right.
They're like, this Whataburger is incredible.
You're like, I want to be on Super Size Me.
You could eat 7 in a row. Really starts bringing out the flavor.
It's so nasty. Part of it is you and I. Yeah. It physically hurts my stomach most of the time to eat fast food. My digestive system.
I was just going to make the joke, hence the 98 cases of toilet paper.
Exactly.
Just to bring that one back around.
Exactly.
Loop it back around. Well.
Did you just say poop it back around?
No, that would have been funny, though.
It would have been a good one.
Just one of those little things.
Yeah. I was like, wait, did I hear that right?
Meow, you doing? Did you say meow?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. I was telling you, so switching gears here, I went, we all try to stay in shape as we get older, right? Everybody tries to find whatever they can do, jogging or whatnot. So I've had this, and I've been joking around the house.
Are we joking or are you partly serious?
Well, I'm serious for the most part,
Yeah, okay.
but I am kind of joking, maybe feeling it out. But our daughter, I almost said our middle daughter again. I'm trying to get away from her. She's our only daughter.
She's our only one.
She is our middle child.
Yeah.
But she's a track club runner.
Yeah.
Track star seems to be, it seems to want to come out,
It seems a little.
She's a track star.
Yeah, okay.
Those 2 words just go together for
a
whatever
little
reason.
megalomaniac, but it's all right.
She's a track club
runner. That's
yeah.
a good.
She's a track runner.
Yeah.
She runs track, is what it is. And I ran track when I was younger, and I used to think I was fast. I was fast back in the day. Who knows? Long story short, at these meets, there's some all-comers, right? So they actually have open. After all the kids and the fast athletes, the true athletes, then they have some of the older guys run. And I'm like, man, I might want to do that just for the fun of it. But I don't want to hurt myself. I don't want to make fun. I don't want to embarrass myself either.
Right.
In front of my family or anything and whatnot, because, I don't know, I've just enjoyed that. And I could bring this up. This could be a next topic we could talk about real quick. Difference between guys and girls, maybe.
Right.
But long story short, I'm thinking about running in some track meet sprints as well. Mm-hmm. So our daughter and I were at the track. We went to a track on Saturday or Sunday, I don't remember what it was, and ran and did some sprints. I kind of did her workout with her, and I am sore today. I mean, the different muscles you use when you're sprinting, and I probably only got to 80%.
Right.
It felt like 100%, but I know it was only like 80%.
Yeah.
80%. and I am sore.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. It's like when I used to play basketball. If I hadn't played basketball a long time, different muscles,
Oh, yeah.
so sore.
So sore. And you jog, you run, like, longer distance, what, 4 or 5 times a week?
Yeah, 5
At
times
least?
a week.
Yeah,
at
5
least.
times a week.
Yeah.
And, like, so your body is used to running, but sprinting.
Yeah, and it's not even running. It's jogging. I mean, literally, you could fast walk faster than my jog, probably. I'm sure.
I don't know.
I often think, like, I wonder if people, because people that know me on the loop, if they ever see, like, you know how you used to look out in the front and you'd know the joggers?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm sure there's people like that in that neighborhood.
Mhm.
Like, oh, here's that guy again. They probably just make fun of me because I'm jogging so slow.
I don't know. I don't usually make fun of the joggers that are, even if they are running slow, because I was like, you know what? Good for them. Like, they're out doing something. Like,
Yeah, I guess I don't make fun of people either, but I can make fun of myself.
you
Like,
can. Yeah.
knowing that how slow I am going. Like, my watch tells me my mile times, and I'm like, wow.
Wow. I used to be a lot faster.
Burning it up here, apparently, Shaen.
It's all right. You're keeping your heart rate in the right zone.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
that burning
I
zone.
don't even know if I'm doing that. But I might. There's an all-comers meet coming up in the next month, I think.
Yeah.
So I might run the 100-yard dash in that. And we'll see, which will be good because it'll show the kids, because our family, just like everybody's family on here, I'm sure, we all want to win, right? And we have high expectations and all this kind of stuff. And everybody gets upset when they don't win and whatnot. And our kids have been lucky and blessed that they've been at the top of some of their respective things. They like to win a lot. They like to be the best. But it's okay if you're not. We teach them all the time.
Yeah.
And this might be a really good opportunity for me to teach them, like, hey, look, I want to win too.
Yeah.
But I might lose a race because you race against guys that are 65 down to 35. Or even younger, 25.
25, yeah.
Right? So I'm going to get smoked by somebody out there. And I might hopefully beat the 65-year-olds, But, they'll be able to see, like, I'm a competitive guy. I like to win. I like to work hard on it. But I'm also going to be okay when I don't win.
Right.
And they need to see that because that's part of life.
Mhm.
You're not always going to win, unfortunately.
Right. It is true.
Yeah.
It's true. Honestly, had she been in track and whatever, even up until before I hurt my knee, I would have been like, I might want to try it too. Like,
Yeah.
I would, I'm not there yet. I got to a slow jog yesterday, but
I was going to bring it up. You brought it up before me because I was going to make the joke that you were, like, I always bring the best jokes. Everybody's ready for it. But I was like, you can't sprint now because of your knee. But what you can do after yesterday's PT is maybe, join the World Aerobic Championships.
I can.
Do you remember those people like kicking and dancing in
I don't
don't
have enough headbands or leotards for that matter.
Yeah, a lot of spandex.
Lot of spandex.
A lot of lycra.
I don't have any spandex. Oh, darn. I guess I can't be the next Jane Fonda.
Yeah, that's a good quick update though for you.
Yeah.
PT, you're doing
Yeah. I did ladders. And then
on the ground. You're not climbing ladders, correct?
No, not yet.
Yeah.
No.
Not
Well,
everybody might know what a ladder is.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. The ladder on the ground where, yeah.
You're
No,
like
I'm
doing
not-
high knees into each square, kind of.
Yeah, not really high knees,
Yeah.
but just even little taps.
Yeah, it's like
where you
stepping
jump
through a
in.
hopscotch thing.
It's like a hopscotch thing. That's exactly right. And what did our oldest call the other one? He's like, oh, those are typewriters. I didn't know
Okay.
that was the name for it. Anyway, that was more of a lateral,
Yeah,
thing.
I never heard that name for it either, but
Yeah, neither.
that's
but
awesome. Yeah, you're actually jogged a little bit, I believe.
I did.
That's huge.
So, note to self, PT's kicking up a little bit, so I can't wear business casual to PT. I was sweating through my, nicer shirt that I was wearing yesterday for work. I was like, oh, this
That's good. Turning it up a notch.
is classy.
Yeah. Rocky Balboa, Eye of the Tiger.
Yeah.
Good for you. But I don't want to gloss over what you were saying though. I was telling our daughter when we were at the track
Yeah.
that mom was fast too. We were just talking about genetics and stuff like
Yeah.
that, right? Because she was talking about some of the mechanics and how she has a natural mechanic to turn a foot in because their club is the real deal. Like they video them, they actually work on their mechanics of running, all that. It's very interesting to hear. But so she recorded me and was kind of walking me through mine. So we were talking about genetics, mechanics. And I was telling her that when we used to run in the little cul-de-sac, we'd do sprints down that little cul-de-sac. I was like, Mom was fast off the line. I was like, I remember I'd had to catch Mom off the line, you know.
Yeah.
Not that I was going 100% or anything like that, but you were quick and you've always said you were fast. So I haven't seen the ladies out there, though. And that's a great segue to the next one, but I haven't seen any ladies out there running any of these opens.
Yeah.
You could be first place every time.
I could be. I don't have to tell people that I was the only one doing it.
Do you think they give you a medal for that? You know how many medals you'd probably accumulate?
I could rack up the medals.
Right
and
now,
it would
you could
just be
run-
for vanity. Like, I could do it now.
You could run a 30-second 100-yard dash and get first place medal.
Do you think I could even do it in 30 seconds? Might be longer than that.
I'd be scared that you'd hurt yourself right now.
I'm pretty sure my surgeon would not support this.
That's hilarious.
He did say still, like, I'll fully clear you. I still have one more appointment.
Yeah.
Not been.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, but honestly, up until probably 6 months ago, I would have considered doing it. But who knows?
Would you have really? You would have got out in front of all those people. We've been to track meets now. All those people, all those parents, in front of your kids.
Yeah, because
Put on spikes and ran.
What I realize is that nobody's really watching unless their kid is competing.
Unless they hear all the old guys are going. And
Well, then you were glued to, I'm going to use your words, not mine, the old guys. Like, you were like, oh, I want to see the.
Scouting out the competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's funny is I was helping people get checked in, and there was a guy, and I was like, he's around your age, plus or minus 3 years, right? I have no idea. And that man was serious. Like, he had on, it was not the hot suit, but I mean, like, he was wearing a sweatshirt. I think I mentioned that in our last podcast. It was 100 degrees outside. It was so hot. He's like in a sweatshirt.
Game day attire. He was locked in.
Locked in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he got smoked.
Yeah.
We actually watched him because I was like, I really want to see, because he was in shape.
He was in shape. I actually saw the guy. He ran the 400, though. He didn't run anything but the 400.
Yeah.
That's a tough race.
That's a tough race.
But that was a great segue into what I was going to say earlier. And I know we're already getting short on time here, but the difference between men and women, you know, for me, I've talked about it a little bit on this podcast, is guys that are athletic and competitive at a high level, even in high school, but, you know, into college and even beyond that, we know people that have, that is all your life.
Yep.
Right? And even after you're done with college or even after you're done with professional sports, it's still your life to some degree because you're going to be playing in some like rec league, like, you know, semi-professional league or rec league or pickup games or something like that, till you get to a point where you cannot play anymore, right? And my back kind of was that for me with basketball in my early 30s.
Yeah.
Back spasms where I just it wasn't worth it anymore.
Right.
But what I lost not only was the game I loved, which was, you know, any free time I had, I played basketball.
Right.
You know, for a long time. You know, not when I was really older, but, you know. But what you really lose is the competitiveness, right? Like on the sport, like for guys, getting that aggression out, like laying into somebody, yelling still, you know, like getting that emotion and aggression out, that's a huge part of our lives.
Right.
That now for, you know, for me, it really going on 15 years, you got to find another place to get that out, and it's hard. You almost can't find a place other than the refs and your kids at your kids' games, right? I think that's why some guys are so over the top, even me included in that. You know, do women have that? I mean, is there anything in you that's like, I don't have that outlet anymore, or did you ever need that outlet?
I don't know that I ever needed that outlet. I may not represent, I know I don't represent all women, but I mean, I am competitive.
Yeah.
I love to win. Even if a board game, I mean.
Yeah.
But there was never a time when I'm like, I got to get this aggression out. Running did help that for me. Like that was enough. Like just getting time and space. But that's not about aggression. That's about, I need space to just do nothing but listen to music and
Yeah.
not have people bother me for 30 minutes
Yeah. Yeah.
and sweat.
Right.
Like, so maybe that's the closest thing that I have to
Yeah.
it. But no, I mean, I think that it is different.
But I think that's how that guy was, though. You know, he's just obviously he stayed in shape, which is great, but he needed that competitive angst, that competitive edge. You know, he needs that just to survive. If he's close to my age, you know, and he's still that serious about it.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. If I'm going to run in, you know, a sprint or something like that, I might put my headphones on while I'm warming up a little bit, just to get my headspace right. You know, to get locked in a little bit. But I don't know. That's to me that's always just a box that can't be checked, unless I were to go down to the gym and play and pick up basketball games, you know, which I did, and it was great. It was incredible to get it out, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, hitting people in the air, getting knocked over, you know, getting mad and stuff like that. That was great. Now, again, can my body handle that? That's the biggest question. So where do people, you know, I wonder where other people do that. Where do you displace that, or does it just go away? Does your testosterone levels fall enough as you get older that it's like, I don't need that, you know?
Right.
And I'm talking about sports right now.
Yeah.
Or competitive, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
We'd have to have a doctor tell us if that's the case, and people get less competitive. I don't know.
But I bet there are women that play sports at a high level.
For sure.
That's different than maybe your experience has been.
Yeah.
That they don't know where to get that competitive edge.
Sure.
Anymore.
I'm sure that's
Monopoly
the case.
or Trivial Pursuit won't check the box.
Won't check the box.
Right.
Yeah. I think that's true. And I don't know that it does go away. I mean, I'll never forget my uncle playing football, he played football at a high level, and just playing in the front yard with the cousins, right? And he threw a ball and it nailed my 6-year-old brother at the time in the face, and he got mad at my brother for not catching it.
Yeah.
And you're like, you're a grown-a man, like, and he's 6, like.
Yeah.
And you just rifled a ball at his face. It's not his fault he didn't catch it.
Yeah. Settle down, Tiger.
You know?
Yeah.
I was like, whoa. You should probably bring that competitiveness down.
I'm sure there's personality. There's a lot of things into that, but I just know that's the thing that missed that for me, and I don't know. I think a lot of men are like that, honestly. That there's no way to get that out anymore.
Yeah.
You know,
especially if you competed at high level.
Yeah. I mean,
like you have.
Even people that just played in high school. Yeah, I don't mean to say just high school. I mean, like, you know, a lot of people take that very serious, even though they don't go to another level above that. But, you know, they may play rec leagues for a long time after that. Mm-hmm. You know, and just getting that out.
Right.
You know, and then at some point, some people continue to play. I just, for whatever reason, I never did because of my back in basketball. And then I never picked anything else. I never picked anything else up to replace that.
Right.
And maybe that was my fault. Other people may pick something else up, you know, like golf, you know.
Right.
You know, golf, I mean, it's not as competitive. It's not like a contact sport. You're not like yelling. You know?
Right.
Not that I yell. I don't need to yell, but you know what I mean? Like.
But it's that,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly. Exactly. The grading of the teeth type thing, you know. It's the celebrations, just those bursts of emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, anyways, we're getting close here already on time. You'll be leaving tomorrow for a couple days. 2-nighter. I hate 2-nighters. Those are too long.
2-nighters are tough.
Yeah.
But I mean.
You'll miss the first part of a track meet, unfortunately.
I will. Haven't missed one of that. I don't think I've missed one of those.
Well, they're all pretty new for right now.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
You missed some soccer practices.
Oh,
which I'm sure you'll be sad about.
Darn, I miss those.
Yeah, every night of the week.
Every night, yeah.
An hour away. Maybe there'll be some thunderstorms. We'll get some things canceled, except for the track meet.
Except the track meet.
Yeah.
Which should be fun.
Yeah.
So, the rest of the week will fly by. I know.
Yeah.
And so.
Get back for the weekend. Maybe hopefully some pool time this weekend again. I don't know. It's supposed to rain quite a bit, but it's always nice when we can get an hour or two of pool time.
It does. It's good for the soul.
It's great for the soul. Yeah.
Like, how nice was that to have the National Cup playoffs or whatever it was?
Yeah.
Barcelona, Portugal game going while we were floating in the pool. It was fun.
Yeah. There wasn't so much hatred for the certain Portugal player on our family.
We are not Ronaldo fans.
Not Ronaldo fans
not
here.
Ronaldo fans. Anyway.
Although I can respect what he's done. Although the kids can't yet. They're totally like, you know, they're all messy here, which is true. He is the GOAT, but I'll give him his due.
Yeah, exactly.
The other guy.
The other guy, yeah.
All right. Well, let's think. Let's close this guy out.
right.
Think about what word it was that
Yep.
sums up our last week.
Yep.
Then we'll say that.
Yeah.
All right. I think I know mine. Do you know yours?
Got mine.
All right. Mine's got a hyphen again. Hope that's.
Okay.
Let me check. Are we
good?
allowing that? Okay, we're good with that.
Yeah, we're good.
All right. 1, 2, 3. TikTok.
Normalcy. TikTok. Oh, counting down.
Well, it's a little bit. You go first now. We always go into mine. Normalcy. You feel like things have gotten a little bit of normalcy?
Yeah. I mean, it's been crazy busy. Like, we keep talking about all these appointments that we have. But it's been very normal
Good.
over the last week, I feel like.
Yeah. Till
Like-
you throw us into chaos tomorrow, but
Yeah.
thanks.
Thanks. Thanks, Mom.
That's good. Normalcy anytime you get a little bit of normalcy is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You?
Mine was TikTok, meaning two meanings. Like there's a lot coming up that we got to prepare for, so the countdown's on for that.
Yep.
TikTok, and summer is TikToking away.
Oh,
Right?
don't say
I know. Well, no,
that.
we're just making progress into it and like enjoying it. Like just
Yeah.
the sands of time. TikTok, either way, like slow it down, but hurry it up.
Yeah.
Hurry up and waits.
Oh,
TikTok, the sands of time.
golly.
Yeah,
it's
I
actually
know.
really sad.
Gosh, I didn't mean to be a downer on that one.
But no, it is exciting because I mean, TikTok, like we got a lot to do.
TikTok,
and
there's some exciting stuff coming up.
such exciting stuff coming up.
Yeah.
So
That's right. That's right. So,
it'll be good.
well, safe travels. We'll see you back here soon. Hopefully, we'll get another one of these on this weekend. These weekday morning ones.
They're fun.
Yeah, they're not bad.
Great way to start the day. I like starting the
It
day
is.
with 30, 40-minute chat with you.
Next week, we'll talk about who's a morning person and who's not. Hopefully, you can't tell by this episode.
Oh, we've both faked it pretty well.
Although my mom tells me I look tired all the time. I'm like, no, Mom, I'm not tired. That's just how I look now. I think I'm just getting old.
Is that a compliment?
Did I look tired? No.
I don't think so.
Not in any way, shape, or form.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, I was like, no, I just edited that whole one. It was a couple episodes ago. I was like, no, I don't think I was tired. That's just what I look like now. Ouch.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. I need to find a new regime. I need to do more sprints. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Body fat down.
There you go.
Yeah. Suck in
Me
that.
too.
I need to suck in that face skin a little bit. All right, let's let these good women and gentlemen go. Oh yeah, low taper fade.
or whatever our kids do.
Yeah,
Oh,
mewing,
mewing.
ridiculous. Can't wait till this phase is over. He's gonna look back and be like, "What was I thinking? That was not cool, actually."
And we will actually laugh at it at that point.
Just like we do now.
Exactly.
Not making fun of him, just enjoying it.
Just enjoying it. Yes, it's only a phase.
All right. Well,
All right.
this phase of Mr. and Mrs. is over. That's right. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Have a great week. Have a great day. Bye. Oh, I gotta say see ya. I always say see ya.
See